Hello everyone and welcome back to Midnight Violets. Now, first thing that I have to say today is I know the lighting here is pretty rubbish, but this is the intro to the video that I'm recording after I filmed it, so I promise you that the actual video has got better lighting in it. Now that we've got that out of the way, today's video is going to be on my Flawless Fresh Skin Foundation routine. Now, I don't have the best skin in the world, not going to lie, but you will see it in a minute. So I have to put some product on to get flawless skin. So I will be going through with you the products that I use, how I use them, and also my tips for getting a flawless coverage without looking too cakey and trying to keep your skin looking nice and fresh and dewy and how you want it really. Now, in the past I have done a Get Your Glow On tutorial, which is the whole face to make it just look really nice and glowing, so that's quite similar to this video, so I will link that down below for you if you want to check that out. But instead of rambling too much at the beginning here, I'll just get on with the video and I hope you enjoy my foundation routine. So every day before I put my foundation on, I always make sure to put a lip balm on. This one is the Body Shop 100% natural lip roll on. I like this one because it sinks in really quickly, so by the time I've got all my makeup on and I'm ready to put my lip product on, this is sunk in nicely. So all good makeup, if you want it to last all day, usually starts with a good primer. Now, some people are very lucky and don't need to use one, but I personally do need to use one. This is the Benefit Professional, which is great if you want a really nice sort of texture to the surface of your skin. It sort of covers over pores and just makes your skin look really even and nice sort of texture wise, not necessarily. So I've got this on my fingers, I'm just going to pat it on my face. And I always rub this in with my fingers, but make sure that you've got nice and clean hands before you start doing your makeup. I tend to concentrate around this area here, which is where I have most of a problem with larger pores. So my current favourite brush for foundation is this one here from Elf, which is super cheap. I think it's about £3.75, and this is the Professional Powder Brush. And it's really nice for getting a full coverage because it's a stipple brush, but it's a really dense stipple brush, so you can put the product on your face like this and it gives just a really nice coverage and also a nice texture, which is always something
As I said
in my previous video, I actually used a foundation and a BB cream at the same time. Now, I learnt this off of someone on YouTube and I really, for the life of me, cannot remember who, but this is an original idea, I'm not going to pretend that it is. So this is the BB cream that I'm going to be using today. It doesn't have to be this one, but I like this one. This is the Witch Anti-Blemish BB cream. So I've just put a small amount of that on my brush, and I'm going to start buffing this into my skin. Now, this is the point that I like to go in with concealer. My current favourite is this one here. This is from Sleek, and this is the Correct and Conceal palette. I have it in shade 01, and it's really good because it's got a lighter, really pale pink shade for going under the eye, which really brightens up this area. And then we've got this shade here, which is just matches my skin, and it gives a really good coverage. So I like this, and the one on the end is just a powder, but I tend not to use that so much. So the brush that I like to use for my concealer is this one here from Eco Tools. This is the highlight brush, and it's actually an eye brush that's designed for sort of blending in the crease, but I find it works really well for putting on my concealer. So to pat a bit into the pan, and then go anywhere on your skin that you think you want some coverage. So I have some blemishes that I want to cover up. I always make sure at this time of the year to put a bit on the end of my nose so that when I go outside I don't look like Rudolph. I usually save this step for after I've done my eye makeup, but because I'm showing you the foundation routine, I'm deciding to show you now. But I go in with the under eye colour under my eyes. So this eye here has got the Sleek concealer on it, and this eye here hasn't, so hopefully you can see how much of a good product this is, and it actually really does the job. So that's really brightened up under my eyes, as well as covering everything that I want on my face. Now, I always go in with a foundation over the top, just to get some more coverage, to make my skin look a bit more even, and the one that I really like at the moment is the Bourjois 123 Perfect Foundation, and my shade is 51. I've just put 1 pump's worth of the Bourjois foundation onto the back of my hand, and then into it I mix a tiny amount of the Me, what is this? Beat the Blues, and this one here is in Moonbeam, but I think on their website they call it Pearly Pink, so they may have changed the colour, but I'm pretty sure it's the same product. So I just mix a tiny amount of this onto the back of my hand as well. And then I mix it on the back of my hand. and then buff it into my face. So you do need to make sure that before you apply your foundation, your BB cream has fully sunk into your skin. If you go and apply your foundation over the top of the BB cream that's not fully sunk in, it's just going to be a bit cakey and it's not going to apply properly. So just make sure that you do that. Now that we have the foundation on though, I'm going to quickly finish off with some powder. So the one I'm currently using at the moment is the e.l.f. HD powder. This one here is in Corrective Yellow, and I just really like the finish it gives to my skin, and it also sets my foundation really nicely. I don't tend to use the powder puff that it comes with, but it is a really good product. So I tip some of it into the lid here, and then I get my massive Eco Tools bronzing brush and I swirl it in here, and then I tap it and I push it into the skin. I don't want to move it around too much on the skin because I don't want to remove any of the liquid foundation that I have just put on. That's the same reason why I don't use the powder puff, because I find that it removes quite a lot of my foundation with it. So there we go, that is my full foundation routine. I do look a little bit silly without all the rest of my makeup on, but I think that my skin probably looks a lot better than it did at the beginning of the video, or I hope that it did anyway. I'll just move my head around so maybe you can see a little bit better. So that was my foundation routine. I hope you enjoyed it. As you can see, I've got all my foundation and I've got the rest of my makeup on now, so you can sort of see how it looks as a complete look. We're back to the bad lighting though, I'm afraid, so apologies for that. But I really hope this video helped some of you, and if you give it a go, that it works as well for you as it does for me. But as always, thanks for watching. I'd love it if you've subscribed. There's a little button down here, no longer up here, down here. And checked out all the links below, so I've got my blog and Twitter and all that kind of thing linked below for you. And I will speak to you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye! Now, what am I saying? I don't know. Ooh, I can fly! Leaky eyes. Why is it so dark? It's only 3:15. Okay. There's like nothing left in this. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, I'm squirting loads out. And fish. That's not what I do. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? So I've just used 1 pump's worth on the back of my hand, and then I also used some of this me. Now before I applied, why is my door? Okay, whatever. Over the top of the non-sunken B cream. B cream? BB. Oh my god! Right, take 3. Just get a nice full coverage, but still look nice and fresh and like not really cakey. No, we can't put that in the video, can we? No. That's if you can put up with my face anymore. I don't know. I don't usually look this eyebrowless. I have no eyebrows.